So 2015 will be maybe one of the biggest years for WordPress in terms of code and new functionality. So WP API, the RESTful API, will make the lives of developers way easier, but it will also force us to rewrite some of the components in WordPress. So it will force us to start working for the future instead of making features and kind of stay on the same level. We try to make our code more qualitative, and you'll see that by cleaning up the code and by changing things like to move to a RESTful API that we internally can also use again. Developers of WordPress currently works on different kind of focuses. So me in particular works more on the media enhancements, so more on processing images and grayscaling, like maybe regenerating on the fly, work on that kind of concept that it helps us developers, but also the user that they don't have a lot of media files, but also give us more power, like in terms of we can build an image editor with even kind of photo filters like grayscale, sepia, weird stuff. And there are also developers work on the RESTful API, and there's a lot of opportunities we can enhance stuff. Making developing easier for WordPress will probably be a lot of around the RESTful API. So we have a lot of weirdness around objects that are shared, but the logic is not shared. So there's a lot of copy paste. Or objects like WP error, what doesn't make sense for what is basically weird for the developer perspective, especially if you're from a Java endpoint. That we trying to look like how can we make it more shared between posts, between taxonomies, between media files, that they have the same code base, but still are able to extend more an object-oriented approach. But it's also really tricky and hard for us since we're still trying to be backwards compatible. So it's hurting us and it benefits a lot, but we will see how this year will go. So this year I plan to contribute back to WordPress in two ways. One is to enhance the media experience by building more tools for developers to do image filters like grayscale, finding ways to do image generation on the fly, building tools for the media, for like media folders where users can manage their images in folders like how they would expect more on a desktop environment. And on the second level, I will still plan not on WordPress per se, but more on the GlobPress, where we manage all the translation for WordPress. So it's on if you go to translator.wordpress.org, it's managed by a GlobPress installation, which currently is only WordPress, core, some of plugins, and mobile apps. We will extend that to 10,000s of plugins and thousands of themes. So a lot of enhancements need to be done there to make it easier for users to translate, but also to make it still performant as this currently is. So I will work most of my time on making that happen, and part of that will be done during my time at one-on-one, so I can spend more time even making that better than I would normally have.